Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to the English Chat Lab, your favorite place to improve your English while talking about real-life topics that actually matter.
That's right. I'm Max.
And I'm Lena. Today, we're talking about something I know a lot of you will relate to: dining out in English.
The joy of eating out delicious food, great company, and the occasional moment of panic when you have to order in English sound familiar.
Yes, whether it's deciphering a menu, asking for recommendations, or explaining a dietary restriction, dining out in English can feel overwhelming. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to be.
Exactly, with a few tips and tricks, you can order food like a pro and enjoy your meal without stress. So, today we're breaking down everything you need to know to dine out confidently in English.
Yes, we'll cover how to read menus, ask for recommendations, handle dietary restrictions, and even role-play some common conversations with waiters or cashiers.
And don't worry, we'll also go over key vocabulary like appetizer, bill, allergy, and special of the day, so you'll feel prepared no matter where you're dining.
Yes. So, let's start with a quick question for everyone listening. Think about the last time you dined out in English. Did you feel confident ordering, or did you struggle to find the right words?
Or maybe you've avoided dining out altogether because you're worried about making a mistake. If that's you, don't worry, we've all been there. And today, we're going to help you overcome those fears.
Yes, dining out is such a fun and social experience, and we want you to feel confident and enjoy every bite. So, let's dive in and make ordering food in English a breeze.
All right, let's get into it. First up, we're diving into how to read a menu like a pro. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into Chapter 1, Introduction to Dining Out in English. Max, let's start with the basics. Why is dining out such a great opportunity to practice English?
Great question, Lena. Dining out is one of those everyday activities where you have to use English in real time. Whether you're reading a menu, talking to a waiter, or asking about ingredients, it's a chance to practice listening, speaking, and even reading all in one experience.
Yes, and it's not just about the language, it's also about the culture. Dining out in English-speaking countries can be a fun way to learn about local foods, customs, and even how people interact in social settings.
Exactly. For example, in some countries, it's common to split the bill, while in others, one person might pay for the whole group. These little cultural nuances are part of the experience, and understanding them can make dining out even more enjoyable.
Yes, and here's another reason dining out is great for practicing English. It's low pressure. Waiters and restaurant staff are used to interacting with people from all over the world, so they're usually patient and understanding if you need a little extra time to order.
That's such a good point, and even if you make a mistake, it's no big deal. Most people are just happy you're trying, and they'll do their best to help you out.
Yes, plus, dining out is such a common activity that you'll have plenty of opportunities to practice. Whether you're grabbing coffee, ordering takeout, or enjoying a fancy dinner, every meal is a chance to improve your English.
Exactly, and the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Over time, you'll go from feeling nervous about ordering to feeling like a pro.
Yes, so to wrap up Chapter 1, here's the big takeaway. Dining out is a fantastic opportunity to practice English in a real-life, low-pressure setting. It's a chance to improve your language skills, learn about local culture, and enjoy some delicious food along the way.
Yes, and in the next chapter, we're diving into how to read a menu like a pro. We'll share tips for understanding menu sections, decoding tricky terms, and making the best choices for your meal. Stay tuned.
We're moving on to Chapter 2, How to Read a Menu Like a Pro. Max, this is such an important topic because, let's face it, menus can be overwhelming, especially if you're not familiar with the vocabulary or the layout.
Absolutely, Lena, but once you understand how menus are organized, it becomes so much easier to navigate, so let's break it down step by step.
Yes, let's start with the menu sections. Most menus are divided into categories, and knowing these can help you find what you're looking for quickly. Max, what are the most common menu sections?
Great question. The first section you'll usually see is appetizers or starters. These are smaller dishes meant to be eaten before the main course. Think things like salads, soups, or bread with dips.
Yes. And then there's the main course or entrée section. This is where you'll find the heartier dishes, like pasta, steak, or fish. These are usually the most filling part of the meal.
Exactly. And don't forget about sides. These are smaller dishes that accompany the main course, like fries, vegetables, or rice. Sometimes sides are included with the main course, and other times you'll need to order them separately.
Yes. And then there's the dessert section. This is where all the sweet treats are: cakes, pies, ice cream, and more. It's my favorite part of the menu.
Mine too, and some menus also have a beverages section where you'll find drinks like coffee, tea, soda, and sometimes even wine or cocktails.
Yes. And here's a pro tip. If you're not sure what to order, look for the specials or chef's recommendations. These are dishes the restaurant is particularly proud of, and they're often highlighted on the menu.
That's such a good tip, and don't forget to check for icons or labels that indicate dietary options like vegetarian, vegan, or gluten-free. These can be really helpful if you have specific dietary needs.
Yes. And here's another tip. Take your time. It's okay to ask the waiter for a few extra minutes if you need them. Most restaurants are happy to give you time to decide.
Exactly, and if you're not sure how to pronounce something, don't be afraid to ask. You can say something like, "Can you tell me how to pronounce this?" or "What's in this dish?"
Yes. And here's a reframe. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the menu, think of it as a chance to learn new words and explore new foods. Every menu is like a mini vocabulary lesson.
That's such a great way to look at it, and here's a pro tip. If you're dining in a foreign country, look up common menu terms before you go. It'll make the experience so much easier and more enjoyable.
Yes. So, to wrap up Chapter 2, here's the big takeaway. Reading a menu like a pro is all about understanding the sections, taking your time, and asking questions if you're unsure. With a little practice, you'll be ordering like a local in no time.
Yes, and in the next chapter, we're diving into asking for recommendations. We'll share phrases you can use to ask about popular dishes and get the inside scoop on what to order. Stay tuned.
We're moving on to Chapter 3, asking for recommendations. Max, this is such a fun topic because, let's be honest, sometimes the menu has so many options that it's hard to decide what to order. That's where asking for recommendations comes in.
Absolutely, Lena, asking for recommendations is not only a great way to discover delicious dishes, but it's also a fantastic opportunity to practice your English in a real-life conversation.
Yes, and the best part is, waiters and restaurant staff are usually happy to share their favorites. So, let's dive into some phrases you can use to ask for recommendations.
Yes, the most common phrase is, "What do you recommend?" This is a simple and polite way to ask for suggestions. For example, you could say, "What do you recommend for the main course?" or "What's your favorite dessert?"
Yes, and another great phrase is, "What's the special of the day?" Many restaurants have daily specials that aren't listed on the regular menu, so this is a great way to find out about unique dishes.
Exactly, and if you're looking for something specific, you can ask, "What's the most popular dish here?" Or "What do most people order?" This is a great way to try something that's a crowd favorite.
Yes, and if you're feeling adventurous, you can ask, "What's something unique to this restaurant?" Or, "What's a dish I can't find anywhere else?" This is a fun way to try something new and memorable.
Yes, and here's a pro tip. If you have dietary restrictions or preferences, you can tailor your question. For example, "What do you recommend for vegetarians?" Or "What's a good gluten-free option?"
Yes, and don't forget to listen carefully to the waiter's response. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask for clarification. You can say, "Can you repeat that, please?" Or, "What's in that dish?"
Exactly, and here's a reframe. Instead of feeling nervous about asking for recommendations, think of it as a chance to connect with the waiter and learn more about the food. Most people love talking about their favorite dishes.
Yes, And to make this even more practical, let's do a quick role-play conversation. Max, you'll be the waiter, and I'll be the customer. Ready?
Ready?
Hi there. The menu looks amazing, but I'm not sure what to order. What do you recommend?
Great question. Our most popular dish is the grilled salmon with roasted vegetables. It's fresh, healthy, and absolutely delicious.
That sounds great. What's the special of the day?
Today's special is a creamy mushroom risotto. It's made with locally sourced mushrooms and topped with Parmesan cheese.
Yum. I think I'll go with the grilled salmon. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal.
See how easy that was. Asking for recommendations is a great way to practice your English and discover new dishes at the same time.
Yes, and here's a pro tip. If you're nervous about speaking, practice these phrases at home before you go to the restaurant. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel.
Yes. So, to wrap up Chapter 3, here's the big takeaway. Asking for recommendations is a simple and effective way to practice your English and make the most of your dining experience. Use phrases like, "What do you recommend?" or "What's the special of the day?" And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes, and remember, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. So, next time you're at a restaurant, give it a try.
Up next, we're diving into handling dietary restrictions and allergies. We'll share tips for communicating your needs clearly and safely. Stay tuned. We're moving on to Chapter 4, handling dietary restrictions and allergies. Max, this is such an important topic because whether you're vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, or have a food allergy, it's essential to communicate your needs clearly when dining out.
Absolutely, Lena, and the good news is most restaurants are used to accommodating dietary restrictions. The key is to know how to explain your needs clearly and confidently in English.
Yes, let's start with common dietary restrictions and how to communicate them. Max, what are some examples?
Great question. If you're vegetarian, you can say, "I'm vegetarian." Do you have any vegetarian options? This lets the waiter know you don't eat meat, but you might still eat dairy or eggs.
Yes, and if you're vegan, you can say, "I'm vegan." Does this dish contain any animal products? This clarifies that you don't eat meat, dairy, eggs, or any other animal-derived ingredients.
Exactly, and if you have a food allergy, it's important to be specific. For example, you can say, "I have a nut allergy." "Is this dish safe for me to eat?" Or "I'm allergic to shellfish." Can you recommend something without seafood?
Yes, and here's a pro tip. If your allergy is severe, make sure to emphasize it. You can say, "I have a severe nut allergy. Can you please check with the kitchen to make sure there's no cross-contamination?"
That's such an important point. And if you're gluten-free, you can say, "I'm gluten-free." Are there any gluten-free options on the menu? Or can you make this dish without gluten?
Yes, and here's another tip. If you're not sure about the ingredients, don't be afraid to ask. You can say, "Can you tell me what's in this dish?" Or, "Does this contain dairy, eggs, nuts?"
Yes, and here's a reframe. Instead of feeling like you're being difficult, remember that it's your right to know what's in your food. Most restaurants are happy to accommodate your needs and ensure you have a safe and enjoyable meal.
Yes, and to make this even more practical, let's do a quick role-play conversation. Max, you'll be the waiter, and I'll be the customer. Ready?
Ready?
Hi there, I'm vegetarian. Do you have any vegetarian options?
Absolutely. Our vegetarian options include a roasted vegetable pasta and a quinoa salad. Would you like to hear more about them?
Yes, please. Does the pasta contain any dairy?
The roasted vegetable pasta does have cheese, but we can make it without cheese if you'd like.
That would be great. And just to double check, is the pasta sauce gluten-free?
Yes, it is. Would you like to go ahead with the pasta, or would you like to hear more about the quinoa salad?
I'll go with the pasta, please. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. I'll let the kitchen know about your dietary needs.
See how easy that was. By asking clear and specific questions, you can ensure your meal meets your dietary needs.
Yes, and here's a pro tip. If you're traveling or dining in a foreign country, consider learning a few key phrases in the local language. For example, I'm vegetarian or I have a nut allergy in the local language can be really helpful.
Yes. So, to wrap up Chapter 4, here's the big takeaway. Communicating your dietary needs clearly is essential for a safe and enjoyable dining experience. Use phrases like, I'm vegetarian, I have a nut allergy, or is this gluten-free? And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes, and remember, most restaurants are happy to accommodate your needs. The key is to be clear, polite, and confident.
Up next, we're diving into placing your order. We'll share phrases you can use to order confidently and customize your meal. Stay tuned.